Hello B community, Big Balls here with some good news. I have to admit, I did not expect to get that good of a results and that fast with the very first engineers. But the amount of progress we are making in such a small period of time is just amazing. Technology has gotten to the point where it allows you guys to create and use something so complicated straight out from the anime. I'm trying my best to do a really good job of explaining exactly what I want and how I want it. For our first official release of 03, we will be making 15 different B-Damans following official seasons, starting with Battle B-Daman and ending with Fire Blast. We won't let any stone unturned, and not a single B-Daman from this 4 series will be forgotten. Eventually, they will all be made, depending on the support of people, of course. Chrome Zephyr started as an idea in last video, and now we have all 3 working crash weapons with his abilities. Every single B-Daman will bring completely new 3 different abilities to the table, representing themselves and their users, giving us for beginning a total of 45 completely different crash weapons. 45 totally different anime abilities, which soon you will be able to use with your friends, making B fights more interesting and immersive than ever. With Chrome Zephyr out of the way, in this video let's make plans for pure power type Cobalt Blade and power/defense type Helio Breaker. Now let's start with a legendary Cobalt Blade. With max points deployed in the power type, and rest of points distributed in other 7 B stats. Ability number 1, Fire Blast Barrage. This Yamato's legendary Fire Blast, representing the sun and fire. So by paying B energy, you can fire a super marble 3 times the size of normal B-Dama, making it 3 times harder for opponent to dodge. But how will we make iconic ball burning effect? For that, we can use the concept of fake fire lamps.
We have some red fabric right here, cut out a little LED light right in the middle.
Red glowing light combined with orange and yellow's plastic paper, cut in shape of fire, imitating the movements of a flame. So when shot and moving to your opponent, ball will look like a real glowing fireball. But spending 10% energy for just that one shot is not spectacular enough. This ability has barrage in its name. So similar how Yamato fired multiple fire blasts, this ability will allow you to do the same. So after firing the big super shot, if you continue moving your B-Daman back and forward like Yamato's motion, it will allow you to fire 3 more smaller but faster fire shots. Firing each shot, a mechanism will activate and push 2 small track with fire effects next to your crash weapon, imitating the fire trails left behind when ball of fire passes. This will have no additional benefits except making the firing more visually appealing and more anime accurate. Ladies and gentlemen, I already asked for the price of making this ability in real life, and it will cost around 100 just to make it work. So it's 100% possible. Ability number 2, Cobalt Blader. For our second ability, we had to somehow pay tribute to Cobalt Blade's legendary blue horn. His Japanese name is Blue Sword at end of the day. So at first I had an idea of making his second ability so it can fire big blue swords. But I'm saving sword type ability for another legendary B-Daman. Because Cobalt has blade in its name, my first impression was Beyblade. So this ability will combine his horn and Beyblade concept, allowing him to fire 6 spinning flying discs. Now some of you know this mechanism already exists in this new Pokemon toy line that's imitating B-Daman. This Pokemon can fire 2 discs, and instead of one going in straight line, they go left and right, so trapping your opponent and punishing him with a direct hit if he tries to dodge. So our Cobalt Blader ability will work the same exact way. By paying 10 B energy, you get 3 shots of 2 splitting and spinning discs, making for 6 of them in total. Additionally, each time you press the trigger to fire those discs, you will be gifted from the back of the crash weapon, with one of Yamato's iconic strike shots, making for 3 in total. This will help you with continuing to put big pressure onto your opponent with these 2 abilities under your belt, to either go directly for a win with unstoppable fire shots or going wide and trying to confuse your opponent with blader discs. Whatever you choose, it will be challenging for the opposite player. Ability number 3, Wildcat Attack. This ability will pay tribute to Yamato's heritage, being taken care of with wildcats.
I was raised by wildcats!
His whole team being around cats. This final ability will be overwhelming your opponents with speed, as cats have 9 lives. When you activate this ability, it will unleash onto your opponent 9 small cat toys holding the marbles. When they hit, the spring underneath them will activate and making them jump, distracting your opponent, making for fun, unforgettable, and chaotic gameplay. Furthermore, for next 30 seconds, your control type stats will be increased to 9, meaning that when you move your Cobalt Blade, you will start gaining B energy. More you move, more energy you get to finish the job and KO your opponents.
No way! I'll always keep you loaded and ready to rip, Cobalt Blade.
So this are next 3 abilities after Crom Zephyr is done that engineers will try to bring to life. If you have any, and I do mean any, ideas of an ability that would be better for Cobalt Blade, please don't be shy and have your say in comments on Reddit or YouTube. I will listen to all your ideas. This is community project after all. Helio Breaker.
Helio what? Oh, Helio Breaker? My Beat-A-Man? Yeah, that's right. And here's a taste of its power. Ha! Oh!
With majority of points split between power and defense, Helio Breaker will be great in offense and defense. Before we go into his 3 abilities, he is a defense type, meaning that below his normal firing trigger, he will also have a defense trigger. When preset, his DHB will be protected from opponent shots, with bull-like head for short period of 0.5 seconds that make a fast hit in front of your BB-Daman, sending all marbles in front at your opponent, requiring a lot of skill and good reflexes to use successfully. Also, you will not be able to spam this defense, because it will cost 2 B energy, making things more balanced. Now for his abilities. Ability number 1, Rampage. This will allow you to fire a marble with back and front rapid move-on, imitating real bull's rage and angry head movements. This effect will be achievable with back and front mechanism that will move your BB-Daman in that motion. This type of head movement will hit any marble in its way back at your opponent while charging at him at the same time. If you spend 4 energy, you can fire 1 bull with small speed. If you spend 8 energy, you can fire 2 bulls with medium speed. And if you spend 12 energy, you can fire 3 bulls with max speed, gaining more advantage the more energy you spend and obliterating your opponent. This ability, representing Bull's name and all 3 of his personalities, is more than fitting for this character. Ability number 2, Mountain Crasher. Representing Bull's powers in first episode to destroy mountains with a single shot. Weapon of this ability will look like head of a bull, and it will fire 2 giant horns from its sides. Horns will look like plastic drills with purple strings, so when drills start rotating, they will fly straight towards your opponent in spinning motion, spinning purple strings and looking like Helio Breaker's purple powers. Spending 4 energy will fire 2 horn drills and increase your power by 1. Spending 8 energy, it will fire 4 horn drills and increase your power by 2. And spending 12 energy will fire 6 horn drills and increase your power by 3. Each level will make drills spin and travel faster. With both abilities being bull-oriented, this leads us into final ability. Ability number 3, Helio Stampede. This ability will have 3 tubes for firing marble projectiles with bull horns, giving them wider range to hit a target. Pressing the trigger, this weapon will fire 3 marbles going left, right, and in the middle, charging all together wave after wave after wave like a real stampede. For every 1 wave you want to fire, it will cost you 5 B energy. Furthermore, for each wave fired, your next defense trigger will cost nothing, instead of normal 2 energy per activation, giving you a little boost in your defense. Mastering your defense trigger and its timing with all 3 of these abilities will allow you and your Helio Breaker to literally stomp over your opponents.
Helio Breaker!
Now for my next video, we will be making Wing Ninja and Lightning Khan. If I learned anything while working on this project, that is that everything is possible. Every single ability I show you in this videos are not someone's imagination, but they are 100% achievable. I will keep updating you on all news. I have a lot of images and videos of 03 working, but that's just mechanical part and it's not finished yet. And I promise you, I will design and make the loot of first B-Damans and all 45 of their abilities, advertise the hell out of this 03 project, and bring at least 5,000 people in this Reddit and back into this community. After I finish with 03 and I make it purchasable for you, believe me, you will get your friends so addicted to this game that you will play this amazing shooting sport for the rest of your lives. Your friends will not be able to get enough of this amazing product. Until next video, now Chads, big balls out.